of has some people, how do I say this? Mad? And not like happy mad or mad hatter delirious mad, just downright grumpy. I'll explain on this episode of Play USA to Z. I'm Jessica Welman, back again for another installment of Play USA to Z, but this episode is going to be a little different. The plug is the same though. Follow, like, subscribe, get notifications, find out what we're doing, because I feel like I need to do more to get the word out about what I like to think of as the last week tonight of gambling headline news programs. Now, how to do that, I realized that I could take a page out of the latest pop culture sensation, WandaVision, while I could spend 10 minutes explaining to you that Illinois and Virginia have a ban on betting on their in-state college teams and that that's pretty lame. Why not, use it as an opportunity to send up a great piece of television history in Jessica Vision? Come on. Yes, I know you're mad, but it doesn't make sense. It's called WandaVision because she is Wanda and he is Vision. I'm Jessica and you're Sloth. Jessica Sloth doesn't make any sense. Don't you understand? While I adjudicate this issue with my colleague, check out the first episode of Judge Jessica. Hear ye, the court of Judge Jessica is in session. I am here with Play Illinois lead writer Joe Boozell and Play Virginia lead writer Dan Stupp to settle a very important argument with both of these states not allowing betting on in-state college teams. Which of you has it worse this March Madness? It's a tough call, so I'm going to hear arguments from both, and then my handy bailiff and I will rule. Mr. Stupp, proceed.
Well, thank you. As I told Joe, I am very good at complaining about how people have it better than me. So I look forward to stating my case. The NFL season is in the books and the NBA and NHL are underway. Spring training games are underway too. And you know what that means for us diehard sports fans here in Virginia? Not a whole lot because we don't have any pro sports teams. Sure, we can cross the state border and there's some other professional franchises, but obviously those are not ours. Here in Virginia, it's all about the college sports. We have 14 teams, Division I, NCAA basketball. 5 of them made the big dance. In fact, 11 of the 14 had winning seasons. So we are big into college basketball, and that says nothing of college football, which is even bigger. But this year we have Virginia, Virginia Tech, Liberty, Norfolk State, and VCU are officially in. And yeah, we have some NASCAR drivers and minor league teams and things like that. But yeah, that's not going to get you excited. Take, for instance, Joe. He's over there. He's from Illinois. Maybe you've heard of some of his teams, the Bulls, the Bears, the Blackhawks, White Sox, Cubs, Sky, the Fire. So you've probably heard of Michael Jordan and Ernie Banks and Walter Payton and Bobby Hall, even the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. And you know who Virginia has? Ever hear of Raleigh Cumberbatch? Ever getting your picture taken with the big bronze Raleigh Cumberbatch statue? No, that's because I made him up. Because again, we have no professional sports teams. So yes, college sports are what matter here. We also have a pretty big population, lots of disposable income. And legal sports betting was supposed to help raise funds for the state, but they basically crippled themselves by taking away the one thing that we love to bet on more than anything. And in fact, the Virginia Cavaliers are the defending champions. They have waited 2 years to defend their title, and people in Virginia can't even bet on them. You may say, just go to another state. For me, that would be North Carolina. There's no option there. The most convenient option for someone like me in the middle of the state is Washington, D.C. And their product, the Interlot with Gambit DC, is so bad, it would make you want to laugh if you didn't have to rely on it and live in D.C. So again, Virginia and Illinois both have a really dumb ban on college sports. It was for dumb reasons with dumb college administrators who probably meant well, but didn't really think of the logistics. So I think the difference here is that it's an inconvenience for Joe, but for us here in Virginia, you've eliminated the only thing we've got.
A couple of follow-up questions. I believe there are some illness issues with the Virginia Cavaliers. Are they even going to be playing in the tournament?
Right now, it looks like they are good to go. They are our best chance to win a title. So we are staying positive. In the year of COVID, anything goes, but we're remaining optimistic.
I was going to say positive, probably not the word you want to associate with COVID testing, but point noted. All right, Mr. Boozell, may I please hear your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great pitch, Dan. Sort of to your point about the professional sports teams, and you don't have any. Yes, we have a lot of franchises with storied traditions, the Cubs, the Bears, the Bulls, my White Sox. The first three of those teams are super sad right now. I think Bears Twitter at the moment just refreshes like 20 times a day, seeing any Russell Wilson rumors that may or may not happen. So that's kind of being a Bears fan right now. Being a Cubs fan right now is having your best players traded away for peanuts because they're poor somehow. The Bulls are underwhelming. Shout out to my White Sox, though we do have them. But back to the point at hand. Illinois only has two teams this year, Illinois and Loyola Chicago, but Illinois is the best of these teams that we've mentioned. They're a 1 seed for the first time since 2005. But I think it's really a bummer that Illinoisans can't bet on them because it's not like they're normally very good. They haven't made the tournament since 2013. In 2005, they had that run against North Carolina, but this has been kind of a sad college basketball program, but such a fun, thing to root for Illinois grads and just people who are near the area. This is also the first time since 2007 that Illinois has had two teams in the NCAA tournament, which is kind of hard to believe considering how, a good of a sports state it seems. I mean, there's a lot going on here. There's not a lot of quality going on here in terms of the products on the field, but yeah, or the court. And Illinois and Loyola Chicago are two, really good teams this year. Which brings me to my next point. They may actually square off in the round of 32. Shout out to the selection committee for setting that one up. I actually think it might be, if we were to be able to bet on either of these teams, like that would kind of suck, but that's here nor there. That could be a huge game in the first weekend that Illinois just simply can't bet on and just out of luck. So the last time was in 2007. We had two teams. It was Illinois and Southern Illinois. Shout out to the Salukis. Also, kind of off topic, I'm looking outside right now in Chicago. It's 34 degrees and I'm watching it snow sideways. So I think this would be really nice if we could, bet on the Illini or the Ramblers in this March Madness season. And finally, as Dan said, there's not a lot of options near Virginia to go to. We do, if people want to go to Indiana or Iowa, they can, cross state lines and bet. The whole tournament's taking place in Indiana. But I would argue that's actually just kind of annoying. Like you can literally just cross a border, log into your app and bet. Like, I guess that's more convenient. And I guess it's a reasonable option for people to do. I just personally kind of find it agitating how close it is, yet we can't do it here because of college administrators, whatever the case may be, some arbitrary reason. So I think for all those reasons, Illinoisans should rightfully be very annoyed.
Important to note. An important follow-up question. Do we know if Sister Jean has an opinion on the college sports betting ban?
I'm not sure if she does. I could reach out. I once attended a press conference of Sister Jean in a previous life when I covered college basketball. I think there were about 1,000 reporters watching her give a press conference. So she's a hard woman to get a hold of, but I could do my best.
I have heard she is pleading to go with the team to watch the game. I'm inclined to believe she simply wants to go to Indiana to bet.
I'm sure she would take Ramblers -2.5, but that's just a guess.
All right. I'm very persuaded by both of these arguments, and I'm a bit torn. So I'm going to put both of you on the spot and have you pitch me. Now, each team had a pretty remarkable buzzer beater last week. Virginia over Syracuse was a very pleasant last-second basket, and the Ohio State-Illinois Big B1G, whatever we call it now, went into overtime. Who lost out more for not being able to bet on it, Virginia or Illinois? Joe, you may go first.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm going to score on my own team here because Illinois, I believe, was a 5.5-point favorite yesterday, and Ohio State hit a 3 at the buzzer. And that was one of the few times that maybe it was probably for the best that you couldn't bet on Illinois. But in general, Illinois has been outstanding and covering a lot of spreads. So I just think, if you were betting on the Illini the past month or so, you'd be doing great. This past one, not so much.
Dan.
No, again, I think it goes back to we have no other options in this year with Virginia being the defending champion. Technically, they're coming off a win, so we'll just pretend that they won the conference anyway. So now is the perfect time to bet Virginia.
All right. This is a difficult decision, and it was very close, gentlemen, but I have spoken with my trusty bailiff, and I have decided that because of the volume of teams and the true lack of options with the complete garbage show that is Gambit DC, it is in fact worse to be a Virginia college basketball fan this March Madness. Judge Jessica has ruled. You're dismissed. I'm not putting your name above the title. That's crazy. Pardon that little interruption, but hopefully you enjoyed hearing from Joe and Dan. You can check out what they're doing at playvirginia.com and playillinois.com. And in the meantime, I'll see you next time on Play USA Dizzy.